Welcome back to DS Trucks. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how to maintain your sunroof and what products to use. This will prevent your sunroof from failing. I've had a number of these trucks, and this is my second twin panel sunroof. The first one did fail, and I didn't really do anything to maintain it. Now, where I found this from Ford's technical service bulletin that they have out on their twin panel moonroofs. And basically what they recommend is this Krytox weather strip lubricant and conditioner. And there's two different ones. This one here, the big bottle, is basically weather strip lubricant. And the other smaller bottle is lubricant that you can use on any of the moving parts in the sunroof. And also can be used under weather stripping as well. They are pretty interesting products. I actually ordered these ones from Ford Rotundra, and you can actually just go on the website and get these directly from Ford. It costs a little bit more that way, or you could really look the internet, search the internet, and check Amazon, because sometimes this stuff is available from Amazon. Now, this is an isopropyl alcohol wipe, and that is used to clean the surface. Now, using this, I do feel like you can get away with just a regular water, just water in the microfiber would probably be okay, but the Ford Technical Service Bulletin does recommend using isopropyl alcohol. But anyway, let's go ahead and get on top of the truck and go ahead and see what all is involved. Alright, so I'm here on top of the truck, and the first thing that I like to do is go ahead and put the sunroof in the vent position. As you can see here, the sunroof has just popped up here in the vent position, and we have our isopropyl alcohol and our Krytox lubricant. Now, the challenge about this is you can't get to all the surfaces of the gasket. Now, this is the gasket that you want to lubricate right here, and if you don't do this, eventually it just dries out and it kind of glues itself with all the heat and weather and conditions. A lot of times these trucks, they don't fit in garages. This truck's never in a garage, so it's kind of brutal. It's always in direct sunlight on top of the truck and all different kinds of weather conditions, getting dirty, and when it gets real hot, it tends to just stick to the paint, and then it makes a loud popping noise when you open up the sunroof. And when you're driving around, you can also hear it kind of rattle or kind of make a little bit of a noise, like a crackle kind of noise, and that's an indication that the weather stripping's starting to stick. When you hit bumps and you hear that noise, it means like your weather stripping might be starting to stick. So you can't get to all the surfaces here, like as you see, just in the vent position, you cannot get to the front. So this is why I like to put it in the vent position first, clean what I can with the alcohol, and then put my lubrication. So it's kind of a couple steps here, and it's a little bit unfortunate that the dealership doesn't do this, but anyway, first step. Now, mine doesn't look dirty because I did do this recently, and I wanted to kind of go through the process here before I made the video, but working with one hand. Alright guys, so here we are. I got my isopropyl alcohol wipes, and like I say, you could probably get away with just using water, but that being said, this is very convenient. I wonder if using this could potentially dry it out more. I'm not exactly sure, but they do tell you in the technical service bulletin to go ahead and clean not only the mating surface, not only the rubber gasket surface, but also the mating surface. So from this position, you can do both sides, and I'm essentially going to repeat the same process on the other side. I'm not going to show that, but I'm going to repeat that, and then I'm going to show you guys the next position for the sunroof. Alright guys, so the next position that I like to put the sunroof in is about halfway open here, and again, taking the alcohol wipe and cleaning off the gasket. Like I say, warm water would probably be alright, but right here, right here in this corner, it's a little bit hard, and then you can't clean this area right here on the sunroof real good. You can't lubricate it real good either, but I just do my best, and kind of get in there and clean it up. And then this whole area here gets wiped with alcohol along the front and along the other side, along the back. All that gets cleaned up with alcohol. Now they do talk about inside the technical service bulletin that you can actually take a credit card and clean up in here between this stationary piece and the rubber. I haven't done that part yet. I just been really just maintaining the one that moves all the time. I haven't done anything to the other side, the rear. But anyway, once that is done with the alcohol, you let it dry. Like I said, clean all these surfaces like this, and then from there you have your Krytox lubricant. So here is everything from Krytox. You have your weather stripping, your lubricant, and you have your other performance lubricant. Now, I will say the first time I did this, I just used only the weather stripping lubricant, and that is what the technical service bulletin recommended. And I think it changes over time. This technical service bulletin changes over time. It continues to change. This product here is also you can also use this on the weather stripping, and I think it's a little bit better, but it is a lot more money, and it's pretty expensive for just a small bottle. So what I like to do is just put a little bit on there and spread it around. And I also use this as well, just because I kind of mix them together. So let me set this camera up so you can see how I do that. Alright, so basically what I like to do, and sorry that I'm working with one hand, but basically what I like to do is take the Krytox. Now keep in mind that you don't need a lot of this stuff because it is a very small bottle. So I just like to take it and just put a couple dabs like this on here. Not a whole bunch, like I say, it's expensive, and I could spread that around and it'd be just fine. Now, one thing to really consider is the fact that you cannot get the entire surface. So this area here you cannot get, so I'm actually going to lubricate this area too, and just a few spots like this, you know, throughout. I'm going to put a little here, and then I'll reinstall the cap like that. And I'll take this, and this is nice. I got this, like I say, from Ford Rotunda, and it's nice that it gives you this applicator. As you see, it's gotten a little dirty from, you know, I guess residuals. It's a quick little shake, and I'll put a little bit of this in there. Like I said, it's just weather stripping lubricant. This stuff is cheaper and goes further, but I feel like this stuff lubricates better, and we'll see if this gives me this setup. Before I heard another noise out of this, it took maybe 3 months. Then I started to hear a little noise, so I went ahead and cleaned it again today. So this soaks up into the little applicator sponge, and I just like to take it and apply it to the rubber surface as far as I can reach. Now, as you can see, I can't reach everywhere, so that's why I also put it here on the metal side, so that the spots that I cannot reach will still get lubricant. Now, in the technical service bulletin, they do talk about cleaning the entire rail assembly and using this Krytox lubricant to lubricate the actual moving parts. I haven't done that because honestly it's just the rubber seals that I've been dealing with lately, or so far. So I haven't actually done that as far as lubricating the rails, because my rails stay pretty clean. It's just my a little extra there. My rails stay pretty clean. It's just the actual rubber that, you know, the little bit of time that I've had the truck, you know, I've got 10,000 miles a year, but this is an F450. It does not fit in any garage anywhere, so it pretty much sits outside. And now this process gets repeated on the other side. All of this gets repeated. Now, I'm gonna adjust the camera a little bit here so we can see what's going on in the front. Let's see here, moving over. All right, so right here, I am going to lubricate the front as well. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push this down a little bit, and I'm gonna hold it down and kind of get the front section here as far as I can reach. And again, repeating the same thing on the other side. Now from here, I'm gonna actually close the sunroof, and then I'm gonna do the back side when I'm in the vent position. Hold on one second. All right guys, so now that I'm here in the vent position, I'm pretty much going to take my applicator sponge. Well, before I do that, I'm going to take this stuff here, the Krytox weather strip lubricant, but this one's, like I said, a little more high performance. Now, keep in mind, I can't get all of the areas. So, remember how we lubricated the metal? Right around this area right here, around this area around here, I cannot get the Krytox in up against all of the weather strip. So right up around here is where it's real important for me to apply the lubricant to the metal, in which you saw we did that. We actually just put the lubricant on the metal so that it would spread to the entire thing. This still has lubricant in it. Spread it around a little bit, and boom, just spreading that out. Both these products mix together just fine. They're very similar to each other, just one's more dense. Get that out the way. And as far as I can reach, and repeating the same thing on the other side, and boom, just lube that up. Then I'll go ahead and close the sunroof. And now this stuff should last me a little while. Like I said, 3 months. The first time I did it, and I just today started noticing some noise, so I went ahead and did this. And then I was like, well, I should have filmed that. Now I'm doing it again, even though now when you're looking at this video, you're probably thinking it doesn't look that dirty, but when you see yours and you're like, well, yeah, this is pretty dirty, it gets real dusty. But I like to keep this plastic bag, and I like to keep all the stuff in it, and I actually keep the Krytox stuff inside of the truck because I don't know, where else should I put it? Keep it in the truck. The isopropyl alcohol I keep in the garage, but this stuff I'll keep in the truck so I know where it's at. It's in the glove box. Alright guys, so that's it for the sunroof maintenance video. Real quick little process, but this is DS Trucks. My name is Sean. This is our 2020 F450. And if you like this kind of content, subscribe to the channel. Check out our playlist. But anyway, see you guys in the next video. Over and out.